Punisher Comics. Come get some.
Greetings everybody, Punisher Comics here, and it is time finally for my review of Thor Ragnarok. So, without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? Let me just pull up my notes here. Okay, that. Alright, so, Thor Ragnarok is the third installment in Marvel Studios' Thor franchise. Following Kenneth Branagh's Thor and Alan Taylor's Thor the Dark World, and the fifth film the God of Thunder has appeared in, with the exception of the character's brief post-credit appearance in Doctor Strange. And although the previous two Thor standalone entries have been successful enough within the scope of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've never been the most popular or the biggest hits at the box office. And while the first two Thor films played it safe in terms of directors, it seems Marvel Studios was taking a chance by bringing in a director more well known for indies and comedies. I'm probably going to say this guy's name wrong, and if Kyle Waka is watching this, I know he's from New Zealand, and the director of this film is from New Zealand, so, or to anyone in general who's from New Zealand watching this, I highly apologize right now. It's Taika Waititi. I'm sticking to that. Sounds pretty close. Anyway, Thor Ragnarok is a breath of fresh air in the MCU, but still feels very much like a Marvel movie, for better or worse. Yes. I'm going to go over that in a sec. So Thor, as we all know, played by Chris Hemsworth, hunky Chris Hemsworth, the God of Thunder, has spent... Oh, sorry. Before I continue, even though I decided to wait out another week to do this, I know some probably still have not seen this movie yet. So, again, spoiler alert. You've been warned. But if spoilers don't bother you, well, be my guest and continue watching or learning or listening or however else you out there play one of my videos. Anyway, so we're continuing on. So the God of Thunder has spent a great deal of time away from his home of Asgard, choosing instead to travel the 9 realms in search of Infinity Stones. However, Thor has begun to dream about the destruction of Asgard at the hands of Surtur in the event known as Ragnarok. So he finally returns home, but discovers that Loki, played by the awesome Tom Hiddleston, who pulls off an amazing Hank Williams. I urge you to watch the Hank Williams biopic where Tom Hiddleston acted in. It's so good. Anyway, has been ruling over Asgard disguised as Odin, played by the legendary actor Anthony Hopkins. So, the brothers travel to Midgard, or Earth, to locate Odin, only to learn that Thor's dreams are prophesized to come true and Ragnarok will come to pass. Though Thor believes he can prevent Ragnarok, Odin reveals the events that lead to Asgard's destruction have already been put into motion. So shortly thereafter, the goddess of death, Hela, played by the equally awesome Cate Blanchett, and oh my god, she kills this role. So good. Anyway, appears and claims the throne of Asgard for herself. So Thor and Loki attempt to challenge Hela, but both wind up banished to Sakaar, a planet on the edges of the known universe. And though Loki is able to win the favor of Sakaar's ruler, the Grandmaster, played by the awesome Jeff Goldblum. Yes, I'm saying the awesome because there are a lot of awesome actors in here. So Thor is then brought in by Valkyrie, played by the awesome Tessa Thompson, to fight in the planet's Contest of Champions. And things begin to look up for Thor when he realizes he's set to battle the Hulk, the alter ego of fellow member of the Avengers, of course, Bruce Banner, played by, again, the awesome Mark Ruffalo. However, Sakaar isn't an easy planet to get away from. Along with Loki, Valkyrie, and the Hulk, who talks now, which is so cool, Thor must escape the Grandmaster and Sakaar in order to return to Asgard and save his home from the goddess of death and the prophesized Ragnarok. So, Waititi directed Thor Ragnarok from a script by Eric Pearson based on a story by Pearson, Craig Kyle, and Christopher Yost. And all three writers are veterans of the Marvel machine, with Pearson having worked on a handful of the Marvel one-shots in addition to Agent Carter, Yost on a great deal of Marvel Comics titles as well as Thor the Dark World, and Kyle in the animated Marvel TV realm. And as such, the tone of the script falls exceptionally in line with the remainder of the MCU, balancing more dramatic and heroic moments with the comedy fans have, or what the comedy fans have come to expect from the more light-hearted Marvel movies, which, despite its name, Thor Ragnarok, which is a devastating event, it sets out to be. So Waititi's comedic background can be felt in like the very fiber of the movie, taking the best of Thor's humorous moments from previous appearances and weaving them throughout the entirety of Ragnarok itself. The set design of Sakaar, with its colorful garbage dump texture, as well as the Grandmaster's ostentatious style pervading the landscape and costumes, additionally helps to bring a much different feel to Thor Ragnarok, whereas the realms beyond Asgard and Midgard are hardly explored in Thor and the Dark World. Sakaar is much more developed thanks to its design and the inhabitants working exceptionally well to bring this planet to life, especially Jeff Goldblum as the entertaining as all hell Grandmaster. I mean, it's in the bright colors of Sakaar that Ragnarok's Jack Kirby inspirations are most auspiciously felt. But the throwback vibe pervades throughout the film due to the 80s inspired score. And all these elements carry over into the scenes of the movie, but not set on Sakaar though. Working to create a much different feeling Marvel movie, and especially a much different Thor movie, at least on the surface. So, despite the benefit of Ragnarok featuring the MCU's first major female antagonist, on the film side anyway, played by an Oscar-winning talent like Blanchett, the film still falls prey to the typical Marvel villain problem. So, like many Marvel villains before her, Hela is underdeveloped, with a rather thin motivation. I mean, this time it's revenge and power, and any army of faceless drones at her back to give the film's hero something basically to kill with no consequence. Even when Ragnarok truly attempts to give Hela's invasion of Asgard real stakes, Thor's realm and its inhabitants have been so neglected in previous films that those attempts to elevate Blanchett's villain just fall flat. While the third act of Thor Ragnarok really delivers a somewhat different spin to the final battle formula of a Marvel movie, thanks in part to Surtur and the Fenris Wolf. Oh my god, that was awesome. And seeing Hulk just go after... but still, it's not enough to truly diverge from tradition. I mean, myself personally, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, all right. But still, you got to look at this from a tad more serious point of view and not just fanboy the hell out of it. Still, the reason Marvel movies so often neglect the villains is that the film places most of its focus on its heroes. And Thor Ragnarok does the same. I mean, this time, however, Thor has traded in the Warriors 3 for the Hulk, Valkyrie, and his brother, the God of Mischief, Loki, much to the benefit of the movie. Now, Hemsworth and Hiddleston, who have the benefit of portraying their respective Marvel characters in at least 4 movies each, easily fall back into their roles. Now, for Hemsworth's part, he's also given a great deal more humor to work with. And he manages to really shine more in this take on the God of Thunder than ever before. Ruffalo's Hulk is another fantastic addition to Thor's world, bouncing well off the film's eponymous, warrior, as well as the MCU's newest hero, Thompson's Valkyrie. And Valkyrie is a relatively archetypal character, the soldier who drinks to escape from, survivor's guilt and PTSD. But Thompson brings plenty of levity to the role and a particularly beautiful memory sequence. Oh, where they're all on their wings. Oh, so good. A particularly beautiful memory sequence adds real depth to the character. And Thor Ragnarok also features brief but memorable turns from Hopkins as Odin, as well as Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. All in all, Waititi's Thor Ragnarok really delivers another Marvel hit that excels insofar as it vastly improves upon the groundwork laid by Branagh's Thor and Taylor's Thor: The Dark World. Now, despite Waititi's unique directorial style and tone, Ragnarok still fits well into the MCU without challenging expectations from fans. That is both a positive in terms of delivering on the billion-dollar Marvel brand, and a negative in that moviegoers have seen as many as 16 MCU installments prior to Thor Ragnarok, and maybe growing a tad tired. Now, rather than offer a completely new style, tone, and genre within the MCU, Waititi's entry reinvents Thor enough to provide a fun and entertaining adventure. Just one that doesn't necessarily break the mold, not that it was, really ever expected to, but still, Thor Ragnarok will no doubt be enjoyable for Marvel diehards, and perhaps worth a trip to IMAX, and fun enough for casual moviegoers as well. So, overall, I give this flick a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was very good, and who knows? I mean, maybe after watching Justice League today, maybe I'll go see it again just for the hell of it. So, yeah. And there you go, folks. There's your Thor Ragnarok movie review from moi. As well, before ending this video, I did have another idea. I know with the Marvel movies, it's one of those things now, when you go to watch it, you gotta try and hunt out the Easter eggs. So I know a lot of other people on YouTube who do the Marvel movie reviews, they usually do another video pointing out all the Easter eggs, or at least as many as they could find in a separate video. So I was thinking, if you guys would like something like that, after I post this later today, let me know in the comments below if you would like to see me do a separate video focusing on the Easter eggs of Thor Ragnarok. And if you would like to see that, well, then I'll put my butt in gear and get to working on a Easter egg video for you guys, and possibly upload it maybe tomorrow, being Sunday, or maybe sometime in the coming week, since I'm only going to be doing my Justice League a review in like 2 weeks' time to again give everyone a chance to actually go and see it before, you know, I get too spoilery on everyone. So anyway, enough of my rambling. We've gone like 15 minutes at this very point. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see an Easter egg video following this. And if you do, I'll get to it. Alrighty? So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If not, give her a thumbs down. And if you enjoy movie reviews like this one, well, I have a couple floating around here on my channel. I put them together in a nice little playlist, so go check those out as well. Also, while looking around my channel, make sure to comment on any video you like, because I love reading them as well as answering them. Although I do kind of get around to answering some of my past ones. I'll do that this weekend. As well, while looking around my channel, make sure to like or dislike any video you watch. Yes, I did say dislike, because let's face it, no one's perfect, right? And then, when all is said and done, before leaving, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alrighty, so that's it for now, but I will see you back here possibly tomorrow, if I do end up doing a Easter egg video, or sometime next week. And if not, well, I will be seeing you guys on Wednesday for your weekly dose of lame comic book character goodness. Alrighty, till then, I'm Punisher Comics, and I am out. Have a great weekend, guys.